dear sisters, as we are in the Novena days for the preparation of the great feast of our Seraphic Father Saint Francis, today let us reflect upon returning to the original spirit through vow of poverty. Matthew 19:21 says, "If you would be perfect, go sell what you possess and give to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven." We read in our Constitution, Article number 111, like this: "By the vow of poverty, we renounce the independent use and free disposal of material goods." This helps them to cultivate the spirit of total dependence on the providence of God. Dear sisters, is it possible for us to have a total dependence on the providence of God? Can we practice vow of poverty in this modern, materialistic and global world? How can we return to the original spirit of poverty? And I am sure many more questions will be arising in our minds. First of all, let us think of what is poverty. In today's world, poverty implies a deprivation of the basic goods required for an authentic human life. People acquire possessions and these become part of their psychological self. For example, my house, my car, my clothes, my family. Such ownership becomes part of their personality. For religious, the vow of poverty is not a physical absence or lack of possessions, but a choice to stand apart from possessions, from material ownership. For religious, poverty means standing apart from material goods in order to be open and flexible for the service of God.
Poverty as spiritual foundation. Francis recognized that Jesus, the Son of God, chose to be born poor in Bethlehem, live without possessions, and die stripped of everything on the cross. For Francis, poverty meant following Christ literally, renouncing wealth, power, and worldly security. Poverty as personal choice. Coming from a wealthy merchant family, Francis gave up his inheritance and worldly life. In a dramatic act, he stripped himself before the Bishop of Assisi, returning his clothes and wealth to his father, embracing Lady Poverty. Poverty as Lady. Francis personified poverty as his beloved bride, Lady Poverty, showing his joyful embrace of living simply and freely. He saw poverty not as humiliation, but as a gift that made one totally dependent on God. Franciscan life. Francis asked his followers to own nothing individually or collectively. Their rule was to live without anything of their own, trusting entirely in providence. This radical lifestyle was meant to be a witness to the gospel in action. Inner freedom. Poverty for Francis was not only about material detachment, but also about humility, freedom from pride, and openness to God's will. By living poor, he found joy, brotherhood, and closeness to creation. For Saint Francis, poverty was the joyful path to life. It was a way to live in solidarity with the poor, to depend fully on God, and to reflect the humility of Jesus himself.
Little Poverello, help us, little Poverello, how to live as you did, loving God and all men too. You were wherever singing, happiness to all men bringing. Help us, humble Francis, help us serve the Lord like you. Did shining sun or pouring rain, you had but one refrain. For in your heart and on your lips must ever Jesus live. Little Poverello, this little power alone. How to live as you did, loving God and all men too. You were ever singing, happiness to all men bringing. Help us, humble Francis, help us serve the Lord like you.